live stream, and I am outside again. Can I have a microphone check and a visual check as well? Can you see a picture? Ooh, I tell you what, we've got some stars out tonight, folks. Yes, we're stargazing live on Starman. That's why I switched it from last night. I couldn't do it last night anyway. Sorry, I didn't give much of a notice of it. I just had to set it up for the Monday. So hi to everyone. Neil Blenkinsop said that the sound is spot on. Hi to Stephanie. Sir Fonzie Daz. Lee and Audrey. Spennymoor. Well, we are up here in the northwest. Is that level? I'm down here at Lytham Promenade. Those lights over there are, well, that's quite a new sea wall, that. It's very well lit. Hi to Mildred, Dave, Dutch Miss, Peter, Cat's Rule is here. Well, I was out just about an hour ago and it was quite cloudy. Yeah, and I thought, oh my, there's not long for the clouds to move out of the way. RDG Images. RDG Images. Watched a video recently, you talked about Jupiter's belt. You also mentioned Tenerife, did a sunset and tide Tenerife stargazing tour. We did the tide stargazing tour, cloud inversion. Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? I couldn't do that this time because the weather in Tenerife was not great. So it did kind of spoil it a little bit. But if everyone can hear me okay, I'll tell you what, I'll just say, let's put you on. Let's have a look, shall we? Right. Oh, I tell you what, it's a bit cold. Hi everyone. Now I am very, very well wrapped up because it is not warm out here tonight. We've got a northwesterly wind, and I've had to park my van, my Starbus, to block out the wind because the wind is coming from behind me. But that's the thing about stargazing. The winter time is the best time to be out stargazing, but of course at the same time we get the freezing cold weather, don't we? But that's just the way it is, I'm afraid. I mean, yeah, I mean, we're coming up to spring, so it is going to get a little bit warmer, a little bit more bearable, and there's plenty of stargazing that we can do in spring, and I'm going to show you, hopefully we'll get to see some constellations here. We're going to get to see Orion. Orion's up. Actually, there was a cloud that just moved right in the way of Orion before, and it's moved out of the way now. It's almost perfectly clear here, so we're going to get a look at some constellations. Hi to Stephen Smith. Hi to Viral. Is it Viral Jew? I've not seen that name before. Michael. Hazel. Hi to Hazel. Yeah, well, I wish I did have my flask. I haven't, unfortunately, got my flask, but I kind of wish I did. So how many have we got? We've got a few people in. I don't know, not as many as normal. Maybe just changing the day. A few people have been put off. Moonage is in the house. We've got Moonage tonight. We didn't have Moonage last time, did we? Anyway, I'm going to switch it back onto the other camera and we're going to have a look and see if we can see some stars. Let me know if you can see anything. Oh, I can see something there. Did you see that? Is that a plane or is it a star? I'm going to turn you around to Orion because Orion looks amazing. Let's have a look at Orion, shall we? Come on. It's the winter constellation, of course. Look at that. How does that look? Does that look alright? And it's a little bit tilted. I'll just see if I can straighten it up. I don't like it when the horizon's tilted. I like it to be straight. So we'll just try and straighten that up for you. Getting a bit OCD about the horizon. How's that look? Can you see Orion? We need to go a little bit higher, don't we? There you go. How about that? We can now see Orion. I'll see if I can brighten up a bit. Oh, look at those twinkly, twinkly stars. Now, why is my phone doing that? Doesn't that look amazing? I took one cross each. Boo-an! Boo-an said the sound isn't good. Oh dear. Hey, we've now got 80 watching. Hey, they've all come in all of a sudden. Just when I thought that no one knew that we were on tonight, because I've changed the night to a... We're currently looking at the winter constellation of Orion. Look at that, doesn't it look amazing? We have got a very clear night tonight up here, and I thought that I would have the live stream tonight because last night wasn't any good, I'm afraid. So I thought I'd change it to tonight, and at least we've got a chance of seeing something. But don't those stars look amazing? Wow. Can I just ask for a sound check again? Is everyone hearing the sound? There's one or two. Most people seem to think the sound's okay. I've had one said that it's not. Hi to Jen by Sea. I don't think I've seen that name before. I can hear a plane going across. I'm going to zoom in on Orion in a minute. Thanks, Stephen. I don't know if you can hear that plane, but we've got a plane going across. Let's see if we can get in on Orion, shall we? Look at that. I'll tell you what, they are proper twinkling the stars tonight. They really are. This is the famous winter constellation, of course. Orion. Who doesn't know Orion? And it's actually past its best now, but it's gone past the meridian already, which means it's actually drifted past the southern meridian and it's actually on its way down now. Yeah, so it's not at its highest point, it's gone past its highest point. You have to be out a little bit early if you want to catch it high up. Carol Smith said it's Baltic. Yeah, it certainly is. Stephanie said she can hear me loud and clear. What I'll do later on is I'll put the telephoto lens on so we can get on. Arnie9 UK, are you at Fairhaven Lake? Good guess. That is a great guess. I don't know about you, but when I'm looking at my screen right now, I can see, obviously I can see Orion there, but some of the stars seem to be going on and off. Can you see that? I don't know if it's... Can anybody tell me, can you see the stars going on and off? Because I can see some of the stars going on, and it's weird, because they're definitely not going on and off. I can see them. I can see them for real, and they're not going on and off. They do twinkle, of course. Now, I think it's something to do with the twinkling. Something to do with the digital effect of the looking at them on the screen. I think that's what it is. City Eagle says that the sound is quite low. I've had to turn it up a lot. Right, hang on a second. Let's see if I can press a button on here to get the sound a bit. Okay, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. I'm now going to turn the sound. Try to adjust the sound a bit. Let me know if it makes a difference. Okay, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Is that better than before? Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Does it sound better than before or not? Northern Lights season, yeah. I had an alert before for the Northern Lights, yeah. We're looking the wrong way though. We're looking towards the south here. Yeah, but you never know. It might just kick off. Stephen Smith said the sound's better. I've got people saying that the sound is better, is that right? Better than it was before? Yeah, the aurora was yeah, it was at amber before and it's gone back down to green again. But it might pop back up again. Can you see that glow though? That glow coming from the promenade. This is why we go to locations out in the country and rural locations, because you get that glow of light pollution and it's really, really bad. Yeah. So everyone's saying that the sound is better. That's good. Orion's belt seems to be switched on and off all three. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I'm not sure if it looks the same now. So yeah, it is actually looking really, really clear now. And I can even get Jupiter on. In fact, I think Jupiter is there in the top left-hand corner. I'm going to see if I can zoom in on Jupiter. Let's get Jupiter in, because Jupiter is very easy to see at the moment. So we're kind of looking towards sort of the southeast, and it's very high up, Jupiter, and you can't miss it. It's actually in the constellation. No, we couldn't see it. It was just off the screen. That's Jupiter there. I'll just get it in the centre. Jupiter is actually in the constellation of Leo. Now you see those two stars to the left of Jupiter. So Jupiter's the really bright image in the middle of the screen. Well, those two stars at the left there, those are part of Leo, the twins. So yeah, Jupiter is very easy to see. In fact, you have to strain your neck to look up towards it. It's actually really, really high up. Yeah, so those two stars, if you look at Jupiter, if you go outside and you look at Jupiter and you see those two stars next to it, just remember that those two stars are the heads of the twins of Gemini. They're called Castor and Pollux. They're slightly different. They're both slightly different. One's slightly red, I think, and the other one's blue. But they are nice bright stars. I think one of them might be a double, actually. Yeah, so that's Jupiter. We'll see if we can zoom in on Jupiter a bit later on. But it is really high up. Very, very high up, Jupiter. And you can't miss it because it's shining away and it's just like a constant glow. Like a constant glow. So yeah, obviously as you can see, I'm all wrapped up. Hey, you know what? It's working. It's actually working. This trick of parking the van here is working because the wind is coming from the northwest, coming from behind me. And it's quite brutal. The wind is actually quite brutal tonight, so I wouldn't fancy being in that wind. And the van's doing a really good job. Hi to Sharon Morris. Orion's belt from the same galaxy. Yeah, all the stars, everything that we can see in the night sky is a part of our galaxy, with maybe one exception. there's only with the naked eye, everything that we can see with our naked eye is a part of the Milky Way, and there's only one object in the whole of the night sky that we can see from the northern hemisphere that isn't a part of the Milky Way, and that's the Andromeda galaxy. It's obviously a separate galaxy altogether. You can actually see it with your naked eye, believe it or not. It's the only thing we can see in the northern hemisphere, because there is a couple of things you can see in the southern hemisphere. Well, in fact, you don't even need to be in the southern hemisphere. You need to be near the equator, roughly, at least near the equator, to be able to see them. And those are the Magellanic Clouds. They're two like little broken off little galaxies, little small galaxies. And when I say small, they're not small, but they're small compared to the Milky Way. So you can actually see stuff outside of the Milky Way better if you're in the southern hemisphere. That's right, yeah, the Magellanic Clouds. I've seen them myself, and you know what? We were somewhere super dark in South Africa, and we could see them. I could see them no problem at all with my naked eyes. They look like fuzzy patches. I've got pictures of them. I do fishing, so we always have a shelter for myself. Yeah, you can do stargazing if you're fishing at night, can't you? Stay out of the wind. The wind is a must in winter, yeah, I know that. Yeah. Anyway, I'll put you back on again. I just want to show you some stuff. So, that's Jupiter, and it's in Gemini, of course. I've spoken about the two stars now. We're going to zoom out from there now. And then we're going to pan back down again. Let's pan back down, here we go. Oh, come on, get down. Let's go back to Orion again, because I just want to show you something. Is that alright? Are we right there? It's hard to see because I've got a light shining in my face. Right, okay. So we're now looking towards Orion. Thanks for everyone for joining. Sorry I couldn't do it the other night. Sorry I couldn't do it last night. And I had to kind of hastily set this up for tonight. Because normally I do these live streams on a Sunday night. And I had to change it to tonight. Kind of at the last minute. And I didn't really have a chance to explain why. Yeah, those smart telescopes are good, aren't they? I've seen them. There's a few around, isn't there? They're not cheap though, are they? So we're looking towards Orion now. I want to show you something as well. I kind of want to show you a photograph of what we're looking at. Might make it a bit easier to see. So I'm going to put a picture on. Right, okay. So you see this photograph here? I've got the star bus in it. Beacon Fell used to be good for stargazing, but that was a while back. Yeah, Beacon Fell's alright, but it's very close to Preston. It's obviously got the glow from Blackpool. It's not dark really, but it's better than being in town. So I think you can see Orion a bit easier on this photograph. So this is kind of what we're looking at. I've got my van in the shot there at the bottom. Now what I want to do is point out the winter triangle. Does anybody know what the winter triangle is? We've got a summer triangle, but we've also got a winter triangle. Has anyone heard of the winter triangle? I can feel the wind coming underneath the van. I am at Fairhaven. So I'm down the road from Blackpool. Seven Sisters, good call, Neil. I'll see if I can zoom in on them. I'll see if I can zoom in on the Seven Sisters because they're still there. We can have a look at those. But if I go from this photograph, hopefully the next one, I'm not sure if I hope it's in order. Can you see there? That's the winter triangle. Hi to April Ortiz. I don't think I've seen that name before. Hi, welcome. If you've just joined us and you're not a subscriber of the channel, hit subscribe. We're live. We're live outside. And this is what I like to do every so often when it's clear. It's not it's not often that clear. Well, the funny thing, the first live stream I did this year, I was outside covering the moonrise, and that was spectacular, wasn't it? If anyone saw that moonrise over Liverpool, that was really, really good, wasn't it? But the winter triangle is 3 stars from 3 different constellations. So you've got Betelgeuse up there in Orion, that's the orange one, the one up in the top left hand corner, and down there we've got Sirius just above the star bus. You cannot be serious. The brightest star in the night sky. If I said the brightest star in the sky, I'd be wrong, because that's the sun. But Sirius is the brightest star other than the sun. Can't count the sun, really, can you? That wouldn't be fair, would it? Yeah, I'm trying to sort that out now, Darren. Half the ceiling's taken down at the moment, so I've got to fix it. I'm trying to fix it myself. And then, of course, if you look towards the top left, you'll see another star. Now, that star, has anyone heard of that star, Procyon? It's not a star that I hear people talk about very much. But it's actually a very, very bright star, and it's very easy to see. And that's why it's a part of the summer triangle, because it's well, yeah, it could be. I mean, Sirius is a binary. I think Sirius might be a triple. There's quite a lot of stars that are not just on their own. They have. If you look through a telescope, you can actually see the other stars. But if I go back to the, oh, hang on. Ooh, we're looking a bit dark there, aren't I? If I go back to, if you kind of compare it to this picture here, you can kind of see the summer triangle. Can you see it? It's kind of upside down if you imagine a triangle stood up. So the triangle's pointing downwards. You can see it there. So that star, the very bright star at the bottom, just slightly left of centre, is Sirius. And then, of course, you've got Betelgeuse up there, top middle. And then that's Procyon over. Yeah, that's right. Procyon is in Canis Major. The little dog. The little dog. So Sirius is in the big dog, and Procyon is in the little dog. So what you're looking at there on the screen is that there. The winter triangle. Well, we've got 90 watching. Can we get to 100? We are on a different night. Height at Echoes, is that right? 4004. So that's a winter triangle. Can we see? Can we see the? Can we see the Orion Nebula? I wonder. Now, do you know what the Orion Nebula is? I think I might need to put my other lens on. Got 90 watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button. We've got 69 likes at the moment. The more people that like the video will help it to. So if you hit the thumbs up, see if we can get it up a bit. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We've just got up to 70 likes, thanks very much. We're just over 90 watching, we're live. I'm live in Lytham, Lancashire. And we're looking at the night sky. Oh, has that gone off? Oh no, it seems to have gone off. Has my battery gone flat? The camera's gone off. It's gone dark. Don't tell me the battery's gone flat. Let's put you a picture on while I sort this out. So that's what we were looking at. Yeah, I think the battery went flat. Now I have got a question fly a bit later on. I'll just make them up as I'm going along, because unfortunately I just didn't have time to do a quiz. I've been so busy today, rushing around doing little things and that. Right, I think I've got it back now. Sorry about that, the battery just the battery died on the camera. Oh, and we're back. Mildred said there was snow in Berlin. Interesting. Echow says it's cloudy here. Yeah, there's been a few warnings for snow. The atmosphere is very turbulent tonight. Interesting. I'm going to try something. I'm just going to try it. Am I allowed to use my... No, it's alright, I won't bother. Doesn't that cloud look a funny colour? Wow. Let's see if we can get in on the Orion Nebula a little bit. Remember, you can go outside and see this for yourself. It's a great time of the year to go outside and see Orion. It's very high up in the early evening. We're just going to zoom in on the belt a bit. Oh, look at that. We're right in on it now, aren't we? Oh, look at this. Just let us straighten this up a bit. So we've got Betelgeuse at the top, and we've got the other star down there slightly lower than Betelgeuse on the right. That's Bellatrix. And if I go down a bit, I'm just going to go down now. I'll just get that centre. The belt stars in the middle of the frame there. The famous belt stars of Orion. I can name every one of them as well. Starting from the left, we've got Alnitak. The middle one is called Alnilam. And the one on the right hand side is called Mintaka. Dutch Smith says she's just been outside, but it's too cloudy. We have got a waning crescent moon, but it's soon going to be a waxing crescent moon later this week. That's something to look out for. Aren't they twinkling nicely, these stars? Wow, look at that. That is amazing. I'm going to see if I can go in a little bit closer, by the way. I'm going to stick my longer lens on. We'll do that in a minute. But we've pretty much got the whole of Orion there. No J or Akash monster tonight, no. Can you see the Orion Nebula? Well, that's a question. If you look below the belt stars, those three belt stars, if you go outside and have a look, it's not showing up on the screen because the camera isn't quite sensitive enough. I'll see if I can boost it a bit. I'm not sure if I can, but I'll have a go. Don't think this is going to work. Oh, it went away. Let's get it back. Sorry, what this wind is. This wind is not nice. It is not nice at all, this wind. It's a killer. So I'm bringing the stars to you so you don't have to go outside in the cold to see them. We're looking at the Orion. Well, we're looking at Orion. We've pretty much got all the main stars in there. Betelgeuse at the top. Bellatrix is the one slightly further down on the right. And then we've got the belt stars, of course. And at the bottom, we've got that bright star on the bottom right. That's called Rigel. And there's one down there on the bottom left, which you can just about see. I think it seems to be going on and off, that one. That one's called Safe. S-A-I. PH, I think that's how you spell it. We've got 90 watching. Let's see if we can get to 100. We are on a different night, of course. We've got cars going past. I don't know where these cars are going. There's cars driving past me, and they're going right up to, I don't even know where this goes to, but I'm just parked up here. This is a very popular spot during the day. We've also got like an RSPB place as well, if you're a bit of a bird watcher. So that's Orion. Let's get down, back down to the horizon again so we can have a look. Look at that lovely light pollution. Looks like smoke, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to show you some more pictures because, oh, hello. I was getting blinded before when I had the light coming straight at me. I was getting blinded, I couldn't see anything. But I just want to go back on the photograph. So there you go, that's what we can see now. Obviously, we see the winter triangle. Well, I don't know about that, Darren. Oh, now that is the Orion Nebula. Wow. That's that fuzzy patch below the belt of Orion. Has anyone seen it? It's amazing. And you know that picture there? I think that's just a single photograph. It's not a stacked photograph, which you would normally do. That is a single photograph. Isn't that amazing? So when you look at those belt stars of Orion and you look down, you will see what looks like a fuzzy patch. That is what you are looking at. Isn't it amazing? I've got things blowing around. I'm just trying to stop stuff from blowing away. Right, put that there. Yeah, I've got something threatening to blow away here. So I'm just trying to make sure it doesn't. But doesn't that look absolutely amazing? The belt, not the belt, the Great Orion Nebula. But you can use the belt of Orion to find it. It's very easy to see, and you can see it even in the town centre. You can see it from your back garden. You don't need to go anywhere dark to see the Orion Nebula. I advise getting a pair of binoculars and having a look at it through binoculars because it looks amazing. There's another part of Orion as well, which is I took this picture from here. That's the Horsehead Nebula. Another nebula. That's right on Orion's belt, that. You can't see that though with your eyes. You do need to have a telescope, really. And it doesn't look like that either. It kind of looks very, very fuzzy, very faint. It's the sort of thing that you really need to... That's right, yeah, Horsehead, yeah. Horsehead Nebula. There's a picture of the Pleiades. Someone mentioned the Pleiades before. I'm going to see if I can get on the Pleiades, but I'll have to put my other lens on. Cyril's here. Hi to Cyril. Thanks, Stephanie. That is the Hunter constellation, Neil. Orion is the Hunter. Thanks, Mildred. Thanks, Dutch Miss. So this is the Pleiades, the Seven Sisters. That's one picture. I think if I go on to the next one, I'm hoping that the next one is a better version. I think that's a bit better. I think it's that's one where I've played around with it and I've got it a little bit more smoother. But you can actually see nebula around those stars. Isn't it amazing? The Pleiades, the Seven Sisters. take a look north, you might see a glow of aurora. Yeah, thanks Ernie. Yeah, I did get an alert before. It's gone back down to green at the moment, but I'll keep an eye out for it. There is a chance of seeing the aurora tonight. Got 88 likes now, that's alright. We've got almost a like for everyone watching. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. But just showing you some pictures at the moment. I'm going to see if I can get, I tell you what, let's just put a picture on. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I'll come back to that in a minute. I'll come back to that later. I'll just leave you with that. I'm going to switch lenses because I want to see if I can. I want to see if I can get closer to Orion. So bear with me. I'm just going to change the lens over. Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, that wind is. That wind. Oh, you wouldn't want to be out here. I'm telling you. Being brave tonight. Brave. I'm being brave out here tonight in the wind to bring you the stars live. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to come all the way down here because it's quite a drive to get down here. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to drive all this way. But I did in the end. So I'm just switching my lens over, just bear with me. I'm going to have to make sure that this is in focus as well. I can hear wildlife, I can hear geese and everything. Oops, wrong camera. Are we on? I need to make sure this is in focus. Does that look in focus to you? I think it is. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to zoom in on Orion. Just give me a chance while I get the camera lined up. Oh, can we get in on the nebula? There it is. Can you see we've got Orion's belt there? And that's a nebula right in the middle of the screen. You can't really see it, but there's a couple of stars. One of them looks kind of red, one of them looks blue. But that's where the Orion Nebula is. Centre of the screen right now. Can you hear the geese? Yeah, it is quite a good place. Impromptu moments. Hi. Well, you wouldn't believe this. We've got over 100 people watching. If you've just joined us, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We're over 100. That is amazing. They came in the end. We are currently looking at Orion. You can see the famous belt stars there towards the top of the screen. Those are the belt stars. Now if you look towards the centre of the screen, you can see a few twinkly stars there. You can see one that's kind of blue, another one looks a bit kind of red. I don't know, can anyone see that? Does that look red to you? Looks a bit red to me. But that's where the famous Orion Nebula is. I'll just put a picture on the screen for you. So I'll just, excuse me while I find that. But that is what we're looking at. That is the Orion Nebula there. That's a photograph of it, and that's what is in the middle of the screen there. Of course it doesn't show up like that on the video because a long exposure photograph will always show a lot more than the video can. But that's what we're looking at. I'm going to see if I can zoom in a bit more, and I'm going to get right in on that and see if I can make out any more of it. So let's get right in on it, shall we? I might need to refocus. Let's get in on that section there. This is the section where new stars are being born. The Orion Nebula. We're going to go right in on it now. Look at that. Wow. I think you can even see the trapezium. There's a group of stars in there that are very, very close together. Can you see them? It's called the trapezium. And I think it's that very bright bit there. There's some group of stars that are very close. I'll just centre them up. Centre of the screen. Just look at that. Wow. Now we can't see the nebula, of course, but I think that looks amazing. Hi to Matt K. I photographed Orion and Taurus and also photographed the Andromeda Galaxy with my Vivo X200 Ultra on the tripod. Hello from Turkey. You're not far from dark skies in Turkey. I'd be getting down to the coast there. Nice and dark on the coast. RDI Images sent you a message earlier, Tide. I'll have to have a look. But yeah, look at that, isn't it amazing? The Orion, that's the Orion Nebula area, folks. Wow. Doesn't that look amazing? 109 watts and it's going up. If you've just joined us, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We're live outside. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Does anyone want to have a close look at Betelgeuse? Say, Betelgeuse is probably one of the most famous stars in the whole night sky, and it's also one of the brightest. It's a red colour. It's a giant star, a giant that's nearing the end of its life, and I think it's about, I don't know how many light years away. It's probably about 600 light years away. Someone said they could see the colours on the nebula. Wow. Yeah, I've only got a small screen, so it's hard to say, but we seem to have a good signal as well. The signal's good here. We've got a good 5G signal, so there's no problem with the lagging. We do sometimes have problems in other. We're currently looking at Betelgeuse. I'm just going to zoom in. Let's zoom in on Betelgeuse. So probably not going to make a whole lot of difference. Just look a little bit more. A bit brighter maybe. That's Betelgeuse. Can you see the red colour? Is it coming through as red back? Because it's red. It is a red star. It's a giant star. And I don't know really. Sometimes the colours don't always come through the same, but I'll tell you what I could do. If I adjust this, I might be able to. Does it look more red now? I don't know, I've just been adjusting the exposure. Oh, 114, we're going up. We're getting more people coming in. Welcome if you've just joined us. Sharon Morris. Leon Corns is here. Frank in Blackpool. Evening all, in the company van outside the usual hotel. Wouldn't be the Lindeen, would it? Anyway, that's Betelgeuse. Everybody's favourite star. There's the bell stars again. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to go for the Pleiades, shall we? Shall we have a go for the Pleiades? Pleiades? Say yes. That's the Pleiades. We're going to go for... Why has that gone down there? This is what we're going to go for. We're going to go for this. The Pleiades. Someone walking a dog over here. Probably thinking, what's this fella doing here? What's he doing with all these computers and cameras? So we're looking at the Pleiades here, and I'm going to try and see if I can get my camera on the Pleiades. Yes, it was the Lindeen, says Frank in Blackpool. Ah, that was a good guess, that wasn't it? So, who wants to see the Pleiades? Daz wants to see it. One cross each. Well, we need to find it first, don't we? And you can actually find the Pleiades, right? You can actually find it by following the belt stars of Orion. You follow the belt stars up to the right. 300 mil, Leon. Very interesting dog sniffing around there. Right, so we're going to go for this. We're going to go for this. We're going to go for... Oh, there I am again. Oh, I'm here. Hello. The dark figure. Let's pull away from Orion, shall we? And you see those belt stars there? Let's brighten them up a bit because they're a little bit... What you do is you follow the belt stars. Alright, you follow them up. You follow the line of the belt stars, then you have to go quite a long way up, and eventually I'm going to fast forward this, by the way, because for the sake of time I'm going to fast forward. I'm going to fast forward onto the Pleiades. The Pleiades are actually really high up at the moment, but I'm going to find them for you, don't worry. Now then, look at that. Look at that. Wow. That looks amazing. The Seven Sisters. Oh, I'll tell you what, you can see a lot more than 7 stars there. I don't know about you. Can you see more than 7 stars? I think I can. We've got 114 watching, and we have got, oh, we've got 126 likes. So we've got more likes than the people who are watching. But if you have joined and you haven't hit the like button, if you hit the like button, then it'll add to the amount of likes. But we're going pretty well. We're currently on the Seven Sisters, or the Pleiades. Cats rule. Wow. Neil Southern Brill. Well, we had 125 a minute ago, someone, Stephen, said. Thanks for that. Audrey Harding has been on and said that Betelgeuse is 642 light years from Earth. Yeah, I thought it was about 600, so I wasn't too far off there, was I really? I'm not too sure how far the Pleiades are. All of the stars you're looking at here are all part of the same. They belong to the same star system, they're all born in the same place. We're not looking at random stars. All of these stars that were in the Seven Sisters, it's called an open cluster. So they're all they're all born in the same, same system, same area, should I say. So there will be some background stars in there, but the bright stars, essentially all those bright stars that you can see are from the same sort of, they're all sort of related. High to beyond every valley. Oh, what's that moving? Can you see that? Is that a UFO? Something's moving to the top. Oh, it's gone. Did you see that? Something just moved off the top of the screen. Did you see it? Did you see that? It's like as if one of the stars started moving. It wasn't one of the stars, but it was probably a satellite. But that was a bit freaky, that was. Do you want to check the time? No. 52 minutes. We saw a UFO. Hazel saw it. Stephen said satellite. Yeah, it would be a satellite, won't it? But it was interesting, wasn't it? You do see quite a lot of satellites when you're out looking at. Of course, you can also see the space station, the International Space Station. Mooney saw it. Beyond every valley, contemplated going outside. Opened my back door and I heard the wind. I quickly changed my mind and watched your stream instead. Well, you chose the right way. I'm the mad person out in the wind and the cold tonight, bringing you the stars, and I'm currently bringing you the Pleiades. Everybody knows the Pleiades. Let's just bring them a bit more. There they are. Also known as the Seven Sisters. Well, if you look at that now, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can see about 10 bright stars there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, there's probably 7 really bright ones that were quite easy to see, and that's how they got the name the Seven Sisters, because to the eye, if you've got a good eye, you can probably count about 7. So if you're looking back, did a tour of Mount Tiger, got a cloud inversion, yeah, spectacular, isn't it? Finisher shots of Orion. Jim once said he saw the UFO. I was just about to ask if you've ever seen a UFO. Well, I can't say that I've ever seen an alien UFO, but I have seen strange things. Mr. Google says there are 1,000 confirmed stars in the Seven Sisters. Wow. Just back from 40 times 1 minute tracked. All but 9 have clouds. Oh, that's a shame. So that was the Pleiades. Did I? Oh, that's. Just going to zoom away from the Pleiades. I want to show you something different now. We're going to go on something else. Now, bear with me. Bear with me. Oh, I'll tell you what, that wind is that wind. The wind is. I'll tell you what we'll do. I just want to show you something. I just want to check the focus on this lens to check that it's. I think it is. Now, just over there is a television mast, Winter Hill. So I just want to zoom in on that and check. That's looking pretty clear, I think, actually. I remember going up there during a lightning storm and I almost got killed by lightning, honestly. I think that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Don't you think? The Winter Hill television mast. It's actually looking pretty good. But what I want to show you now is I want to show you another constellation which well, I don't think I've featured this one for a long time. Just means I did Blackpool years ago. Stopped the car and said, "Are we being invaded?" But watched it was on Park Road. Park Road. Are we being invaded? Oh, we. The filed flyer is in the house. AGM 601 might be Voyager or Voyager 2. Well, I think they're a bit too far away to see them. They're heading out of the solar system, they are. Right. I'm now looking towards, sort of towards the east, or should I say the southeast. I'm just gonna, just bear with me. If I come above there. I hope you can see this because this might be a little bit faint, this one. If I can get it with this lens, I might need to. Well, I can see some stars in the screen, but I don't think I've got. I think the lens is too long for this. Ah, no. Thanks so much to Beyond Every Valley. Thanks so much. That is amazing. Wow, thanks. I just want to get this into the screen now, if I can. Just about got a group of stars in the screen. Can you see what looks like a backwards question mark? Just to the right of the centre, all them stars, a backwards question mark. Can anybody see that? It's quite easy to see as well. Thanks so much to Beyond Every Valley, that's amazing. Just a little something to show our appreciation. You're braving the elements, so we don't have to. Where I am. I did say where I was before, but you weren't there to hear me. So if everyone can see it, Beyond Every Valley knows what it is. It's called the sickle. Jay's in the house. This group of stars that we're looking at now is called the sickle, and it's very easy to see. You could walk out of your house now and look at it, but it's part of a constellation. So this is an asterism that we're looking at now, which is a name given to a group of stars which is in a constellation, or a group of stars that belong to different constellations that make up a familiar shape. And this one is called the sickle. I'm going to show you a photograph of what this is, what it's from. So get ready. Can you see it? Can anyone let me know if the sound's okay? It could be the wind, because the wind's... Anyway, we're currently looking at a photograph that I took of Leo. Leo the Lion. Leo is a zodiacal constellation. Obviously it's part of the zodiac. Some of you might be Leos. Have we got any Leos out there? We must have some Leos, mustn't we? We must have some Leos. It does look a bit like a swan, doesn't it? But that's Leo. That backwards question mark is the front of Leo. This is the thing, you see, when you're trying to suss out stars, constellations, you think of shapes, and we give them shapes so that it makes them easier to see them. KKK's in the house. Yeah, Gemini, yeah. We also have the Leonid, which is a meteor shower. I've never seen the Leonid. But yeah, if I come back off this again, so that question mark there, the backwards question mark is that what we're looking at right there now. That's it on your screen there right now. Let's try and get it centre. See that? Can't zoom out any more than that because I've got my bigger lens on. But that's what they call the sickle, and that's Leo. As you can see there, it's a slightly different orientation on there. We've also got an iridium flare on that picture, a satellite that brightens and makes like a flare. So that flash, it's not a meteor, it's a satellite, flaring satellite, just above Leo there. I'll just see if I can pan along for the rest of it so we can have a look at the rest. Let's have a look at that. So that's the front of Leo, and if we carry on this way we get to the back. It is quite a big constellation, and it is very easy to see. It is very easy to see. You can go out tonight and have a look towards the east, you'll see it. I believe that star at the very back there, you know that star on the very far, the left hand side at the bottom, that's called the nebula, I think. It's on that picture, isn't it? Is it on that picture? We're looking at the tail of Leo now. Yeah, you can see that star at the very back there. Well, that's that star at the bottom left, sort of bottom, just left of the centre. So that's Leo. Well, I tell you what, the stars are looking absolutely amazing. They really are. And the plough is actually stood on its side. Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, what's this? Thanks for braving the elements for us. I find, oh, hang on, look at that. The sickle. Thanks so much to Cat's Rule. Thanks for braving the elements for us. A fine show indeed. Thank you so much. We've got 116 watching and we've got 142 likes. We've got more likes than people are watching. It's amazing. So I'm bringing you the stars tonight. I think I'll go back to my other... I'll just put you back on that picture again while I change the lens, because I want to see if I can show you something else. Right. Yeah. So that's Leo, and you can go outside, like I say, you can go outside tonight and you can see Leo for yourself. See if you can spot Leo. It's a very, I like Leo. The thing about Leo is it does look like, when it's meant to, it looks like a lion. It does, it looks, well, it could be another animal, but it does look like it's meant to do, you know? And that's why I like it. And there are some other constellations that I think are a bit of a mystery, because I don't know how they get the name when they don't look anything like what they're supposed to. So I'm just lining up another shot now. These clouds look amazing. Let's put you back on. Ooh. Can you see that? I tell you what, that wind is brutal. It really is. to that. Struggling to see it now. I'm trying to see if I can bring you a wider shot of Leo, but I'm actually don't know why, but I can't see it. Can you see that? I can't see it. Very strange. Anyway, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's pan round, see if we can pan round this. Let's see if we can see the plough. Can we see the plough? I think we can. I'm just bringing it in now. There it is. Can you see that? It is a little bit faint, I have to say. But that is the plough. It's stood up on its handle. Sorry if it's a bit faint. I'm doing my best. Can you see it? The Big Dipper, the saucepan. It's pretty much stood on its handle at the moment. To bring you. They're not showing up very well, are they? Oh dear. Yeah, thanks, David. Picture of Leo. How to Helen. We're currently looking at the plough, as it's known in the UK and Europe. In America, it's called the Big Dipper. I like to call it the saucepan. There's lots of galaxies in Leo. Yes, there certainly are. The Leo triplets. I've got a picture of the Leo triplets somewhere. Can you see that, everybody? Can you see the plough? I know it's a little bit faint. I'm struggling to see it myself. I'll try something. Just bear with me. Don't think this is going to work. This is going to work. I'm just using my phone. It's actually looking pretty good. I wanted to see if I could bring you a better picture of the plough, but it's not working, so I'm going to have to go back to that, I'm afraid. Oh, it's still got 114 watching. Now, I don't have a quiz, but I'll tell you what I'll do. I don't have a quiz set up. Let's zoom in on one of those windows. Well, I'll tell you what I will do. I will show you. Let's come down from the plough. Right, so we come down now. I don't know why it's going off the level. tell you what, that wind is brutal. It really is. It's a brutal wind tonight. But I'm just going to pan round again. By the way, those clouds are not that colour. It's just it's just the way I've got the camera. But that's light pollution for you. That's what it does. Let's get you back on Orion again. There you go. We're back on the winter triangle and Orion. Look at that. So, I'll tell you what I'll do. Because I haven't got a quiz, I'm going to ask you some questions on the fly. The first question is, we have the belt of Orion there. Now the belt of Orion is a group of stars. Very famous group of 3 stars there. What's the name given to a group of stars like the belt of Orion? What do you call a group of stars like that? There's other groups of stars as well that have the same. They're given a name. There is a term for a group of stars like the belt of Orion. Do you know what it is? The term used to describe a group of stars that form a particular shape. The belt of Orion. Nice and twinkly, aren't they? So we're looking at the whole of Orion there. Got it all in. There it is. In fact, the whole of Orion, if you count those 7 stars that you can see there, are the same thing. But what's known as an asterism. A constellation is the whole constellation with all the stars included, and a constellation an asterism is a group of stars that's given a name like the belt of Orion or the hourglass. It looks a bit like an hourglass, doesn't it? So that's an asterism as well. The hourglass of Orion. Then also another asterism is the winter triangle. Yeah, and we'll just see if we can fit the winter triangle in. Another asterism is the winter triangle, which is right there on your screen now. That's another example of an asterism. And all of those stars belong to different constellations. Now, can anybody remember the names of all the stars in the winter triangle? If anybody can name all 3 stars that form the winter triangle. Polly's birthday. Just realised George isn't in tonight. We've got no George, have we? Well, we've got 114 watching, 147 likes. Is one of them Aldebaran? No, Aldebaran is actually the eye of the bull, and that's in Taurus. Betelgeuse is one, yeah. The stars you're looking at on the screen now are the winter triangle. So you've got Orion to the right there, I'll just centre it up. There you go. That's the winter triangle right there now on your screen. The most famous star, well, I don't know if it's the most famous in the winter, because you've got Sirius down there, of course. I'm giving the answers away now. Sirius is the bottom star. Lee Roberts got it. Canis Majoris, Sirius, Procyon, and Betelgeuse. All four. The winter triangle. Does everyone hear me okay? Because someone says they're not hearing me very well. I need to get a new microphone. This microphone has to just play up quite a bit. Procyon, Betelgeuse, and Sirius. You can add this in. Do we zoom in on Sirius? I don't think I can really zoom in on it because I've not got the big lens on. They're all saying the sound's bad now. Right, hang on. You know what's happened? My microphone's ran out. Can't believe it, the microphone's gone. My microphone has failed. I'm afraid. Hang on, I'm going to see if I can. I'm afraid my microphone has died a death, I'm afraid. Well, that wasn't expected. I'm just going to see if I can fix it. I'm afraid my microphone went broke. What happened? Yeah, the microphone, the battery it died off. I need to get a new one. I just need to get myself a new microphone because this one has been playing up for a while, and it had plenty of battery on it, or at least I thought it had plenty of battery on it, and it went and ran out on me. It just turned off. But anyway, I've managed to charge it up, so I'm charging it up now. It's alright, I was just putting it back on the code, so it should be okay. Anyway, I've got another question coming up now. Here we go, another question. Question number 3. Go on, Jupiter. We're now looking at Jupiter. And what constellation is Jupiter actually in at the moment? Hydrodangerous wild arachnids. Now the microphone is charging up. Stephen Smith says Gemini. Beyond Every Valley was first with Gemini. Jupiter is in. Oh no, they say they can't hear me again. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. I am charging the microphone up, but I'm not sure if it's actually working. Okay, so if I talk closer to the computer, you can probably hear me. I think what's happened is I'm charging up the microphone, but I'm not sure if it's working. So what constellation is Jupiter in? It's actually in Gemini. So those two bright stars that you can see. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to zoom in on Jupiter. Shall we zoom in on Jupiter? Good night, Helen. I'm going to zoom in on Jupiter. Sorry about that, Christina. My microphone just went. It suddenly died on me, I'm afraid. It's about time I bought myself a new microphone system. Anyway, bear with me. I'm going to change lenses. Changing lenses. Bear with me. Tell you what, this wind, honestly, this wind, it is pretty brutal, I'm telling you. You would not really want to be out tonight, I'm telling you. Oh, come on, let's get this on. I want to have a close-up of Jupiter. Question number 4. As we zoom in on Jupiter and you can see those moons, what do you call them? I don't want the names of every moon, but I want to know what are the moons named after, or who are the moons, those 4 moons that we can see around Jupiter, who are they named after? Let's see if we're getting a bit closer. Oh, doesn't that look amazing? Jupiter and those moons, but who are they named after? Galileo, yes, the Galilean moons. Jupiter's got about 50 moons actually, but those are the 4 moons that we can see. You can't really see the other ones. I hope you can hear me a bit better now. I'm not sure if this microphone I'm wearing is actually working. The Galilean moons. I don't know if you can hear that wind. The wind is terrible. But we are looking at Jupiter. Look at that. Come on. Isn't it amazing? And you can see, if you look to the left of it, you can see there's 2 moons there and there's 2 moons on the right, so it's got 2 moons either side, but one of them is very, very close, isn't it? If I can just adjust that, I'm just going to go in a little bit closer. Just bear with me, I know you can see the picture there. We are now looking at the planet Jupiter and the 4 Galilean moons. I'm just going to dim it a little bit just so you can see that. So you can now quite clearly see the planet, which is obviously quite big. The Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system. Doesn't that look out? Wow. Jupiter. Okay, question number 5. Is everybody ready for question number 5? Let me know if you're ready for question number 5. This is going to be my last question now. Yeah, that's right. We are looking back in time because it's so far away. Thanks, Stephen. Question number 5 is, what is the smallest moon, the smallest of the Galilean moons? So that I tell you what, that wind is not giving up at all tonight, you know. It is not giving up. If I darken that down a bit, we might even be able to see a bit of detail on Jupiter. A dust speck. The smallest moon is, you know, I would have said Io. Maybe a fair few years ago, I always thought Io was the smallest, but it's not. It's Europa. The icy moon Europa is the smallest. Io's a bit bigger. Audrey got it. Tell you what, it's a bit, you can see the effect the wind is having, can't you? I'm just going to see if I can darken that down a bit and make Jupiter a bit more. I don't know if I can do it, but we'll try. I don't know if that's working. Anyway, that's it. Sue Robinson. How many have we got watching? Anyway, we're finishing on Jupiter. Whoa, doesn't that look amazing? Eh? You don't need a telescope when you've got me, do you? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. One last thing. If I could just quickly go on Stellarium. I'm going to have a look and find out just where those what we're looking at there. We're going to find out now. We're going to have a look at Jupiter in real time on Stellarium. Where is it? I don't think I'm in the wrong place here. This it's completely set me on the wrong part of the globe. That, you know, that. Oh dear! No wonder I couldn't suss out this guy. I think I was in the southern hemisphere then. Oh my goodness! Let's find Jupiter, shall we? I just want to find out exactly what those moons are. We can find out now on Stellarium, so we can have a look and see what the moons are we're looking at. There you go. That's what we're looking at. Ganymede on the left, Io then you've got Jupiter, and then you've got Europa and Callisto. That's the moons that we can see. There they all are. And that's what we're looking at. Right there. Isn't it amazing? Wow. Right, I'm just going to zoom out. Bear with me. Oh. This is going to take a little bit of... Just zooming out of Jupiter. Sorry about this. Oh, he's gone off centre now. He's right down there. But anyway, I'm going to come off there now. Right, okay. This wind is, you know what, I've actually done okay. I'm actually done alright. I've had some problems with the sound. I think my microphone seemed to have died off just towards the end there. But we managed to have a little bit of a quiz, kind of made up. We've got to see some amazing things. We've got to see Orion. We've got to see the Winter Triangle, the Pleiades. We got to see Leo. And we also got to see Jupiter as well, and the Plough. And that's it. I think I'll leave it there now. It is absolutely freezing, by the way. I'm okay. You know, I'm all wrapped up, and I've got the van blocking the worst of the wind. But it's actually sweeping underneath the van, and I can feel it on my legs. So I'm going to leave it there now. Oh, George is just coming at the end. Hi to George. Just coming in. We had a pretty good crowd as well. We had up to 100 and... I think it was about 130 watching at one point, which is great. And I do like to get out when I can. I like to get out and do a bit of stargaze. And this is a good location because I've got a good signal. There was no problem with the signal tonight. We didn't have any problem with the signal. There are some places I go where the signal doesn't seem to be very good. And we get lagging and all that sort of thing. That's not good. But that's it for this live stream. I want to thank everyone who's joined us. Thanks to all the mods as well for coming in. It's a different night, of course. It wasn't on the Sunday night. I changed it to the Monday night, of course. Partly because it was going to be clear. The other part is because I wasn't around. I was out of town yesterday, so I couldn't have done it last night anyway. Google says that the smallest moon of Jupiter is called Jupiter L2, which is about 1 kilometre across. Yeah, Jupiter's got a lot of moons, but a lot of them are just like tiny things, little rocks and stuff. Go get warm, says Dutch Smith, sorry. Thanks for the super chats as well. I can't remember who sent the first one, but I know Cat's Rule did. So thanks very much for that. Makes it a bit more worth it coming out. I think I need to go back home now and get myself a cup of tea and warm up. So that's it. Thanks for everyone for joining in. I will see you again in a couple of weeks. Hopefully back on Sunday again. And you never know, I might be outside again. Good night, Lee and Audrey, Spennymoor. Every time I think of Spennymoor, I think of George Courtney. Every single time. Dangerous Arachnids, Cat's Rule, Lem 9778. Love from Canada. Bye to Daz as well, of course. Jay over there in Los Angeles says the weather's not very good. Dave 64 track. Moonage Daydream. So I'll see you all in a couple of weeks, hopefully. Now I just got to press the button to turn this off. See if I can do it.